Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Deep Rock Galactic. Today, we're just going to be doing a little bit of grind. Going to be doing a little bit of grind for some minerals and credits because there's not really much else to do as far as like storyline missions, because there's not really a storyline yet, and I can't quite unlock the new weapon for Scout because you can start doing that stuff at level 10. But what I do have for you guys today is I wanted to go over some stuff I saw in an article I read about the 10 aspects that, granted, you gotta take this with a grain of salt because it wasn't like a research paper, but the 10 qualities that successful people tend to have. I wanted to go over some of them, see what you guys think, and I don't know, get your feedback. Think if that's all it takes, if there's more, less, that you feel like it, how to be a successful person in this life. The very first one that I saw is to be able to self-reflect. And basically what it talked about is it's for people that are able to stop and reflect upon past experience, basically learning from the past, which I would agree. I think that's very important to be able to learn from your, not just necessarily mistakes, obviously that's a big one, but to also be able to recognize what you did correctly and successfully and be able to replicate that. I mean, obviously success, if you can't replicate success, then is it just dumb luck or what? So that, and then there's also kind of the idiom of, if you can't learn from the past, then you're doomed to repeat it. And that honestly also, hello, I think that mantra is very true. And I'm dying right now, as you can see, so if you want to give me 2 seconds to be able to think straight. But I think that was an important one. I think too many times people are unwilling to recognize when they screw up as well, which is why I think it's another, I don't know, I think it's pretty important because I see people who don't want to recognize their faults or the things that they could have done better and whatnot, and as such they do, I don't know, I just see that there are a lot of people that kind of get stuck in their ways, and as such they never really move up. And I don't just mean that in the sense that they, now I'm getting into territory of just being judgmental, but like, I just feel like there's certain people that appear to be in ruts. They haven't really progressed in any sense of the word. But, that also, at the end of the day, hey, if you're happy with where you're at, be content, be happy, own it. But I don't know. I know I myself am always eager to grow, to learn, and my ways about measuring that are very specific, which is why I feel like this is a very easy aspect to need to incorporate into your life. Okay, so next thought, or next idea that they have here is to have a healthy ego. And so, as you guys all know, there are certain people that I'm sure you've met that are just super full of themselves, and they just are godlike. They always get everything right. They can never do any wrong. They're the best at everything. They always have a story to one-up you. And, oh, hello. Goodbye. Yeah, that one is for Carl. I hate those things so much. But, oh. It is important, I think, to have a healthy ego, because I think that we all excel at things in life, and you have to be able to look at your strengths, and you have to be proud of them. You have to be like, you know what, yeah, I am good at X, Y, and Z. I am good at humor. I am good at drawing. I am good at this, because I think you really do yourself a disservice when you're always just like brush stuff off and you're just like, oh yeah, no. Oh, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, or no, it is a big deal. Not other people can do what you can do, and I don't know. It's kind of like walking a tightrope between pride and humility, and being humble doesn't mean that you think less of yourself. It's just that you think less about yourself. You don't discredit your capabilities, but you also don't kind of make yourself... Oh, whoops. You also don't put yourself on a pedestal at the expense of others, or downplay other people's capabilities because you think you're just that much better. For example, you know, if you were to talk to some of the greats in basketball, like LeBron James knows he's good, and everybody else knows that he's good, and he's worked hard. He's worked really hard to get that, but I also don't think that he's the kind of guy to just be a tool, be always constantly like, yeah, I'm better than you, I'm better than everybody, I'm the best there ever was. Constantly, all the time, just letting everybody know that he's superior. Being down to earth, but not discounting what you bring to the table. And I need to kill you. Alright, thank you. Go away. So yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. What are your guys' thoughts about if that's something that you think successful people need to have? The ability to not discredit their abilities, but also to take confidence and own. Be proud. Wow, look at that nitra. I just blew myself to heck.
Just take your sweet time, old lady. I've got all day.
Oh, hey, that Praetorian finally decided to wake up. And he is going to die very quickly, very suddenly. Alright, okay, third item on our list. Let me just get all this lovely nitra. Sweet. Third item on our list is to focus on the possibilities. And I kind of personally took this to be like somebody who's positive. Somebody who's looking at the situation and thinking, okay, how can I grow from this? What can I learn from this? Because obviously you can look at a situation and be kind of like, oh crap, why did this have to happen to me? This is so hard, this is so tough. But ultimately, it's through the hard things in life that I think that we grow the most. And when you're forced to adapt to a situation, you either learn or you don't, and you suffer. And like, I don't know, I think that maybe thinking about technology and how that's changed our economy and whatnot is a good example. For maybe, this isn't maybe a apples to apples comparison, but Blockbuster was once offered the opportunity to buy Netflix, and the CEO of Netflix, or Blockbuster rather, just kind of laughed and didn't think that would be worth their time or their money. And as we all know now, we all look back on that and think, wow, what a screw up. And that's why it's not an apples to apples, because you can't look exactly into the future and see where technology's going. But just, he also maybe didn't consider the possibility as much as he should have. There is also somebody in history, I'm not going to remember who it is off the top of my head, but there was somebody who at one point said that cars were a fad and that they wouldn't stick around, and that horses were the means of transportation for here in the foreseeable future, basically always and forever. Which, I mean, if you want to talk about silly mistakes, that's probably chief among them, thinking that cars are just a fad. And so, you know, being able to look at the possibilities and see what could be, making the most of a situation. It is always so sad to have to, well, I suppose you don't have to kill the loot bugs, but I just can't help it, you know, you gotta... Oh, hey bud. So, ooh, here we go.
Wonder what slot they're
Dun,
selling.
dun, dun, dun. Need 2 more of these things. One more for secondary objective. Oh, there it is. Oh wait, but where was the... So I don't know, maybe I just... Well, that was kind of one of the more difficult items on the list where I'm like, what does this maybe mean when it says that it's focusing on the possibilities? Is it like looking to the future? Does it mean that you're like trying to be optimistic in tough times? But that's kind of more or less how I understood it. So let me know if anything else comes to your guys' minds that I didn't really think about that, I don't know, viable way to look at things.
Molly,
Oh, right, number 4. Have a good character. And so I think this kind of boils down into somebody who's does what they say, they're dependable, and that they follow through. And so that obviously is just a big thing. How many times have you had friends that are flaky? And let's be blunt about
Molly.
one thing. How often do you stay friends with those kinds of people? Are you... I mean, I don't know. It's hard to be friends with somebody that you can't depend on. If you've got somebody who is always trying to make plans with you but can never seem to follow through, like... Now, with all things, you know, it's never perfect. You can't always be able to follow through, but somebody who's continually just always falling through, always got an excuse, always got some sort of reason why things can't get done. I mean, that kind of mentality frustrates me, angers me. It makes me not want to stick around. I'm just like, okay, you know what? Peace out. I've got better things to do. If you're not going to help me grow, if you're not going to help me have fun, follow through with plans that we made together time and time again, obviously I'm not a priority for you, and I don't have time to waste.
Leave the triangulation zone, or we will lose the connection. We only got one shot at this.
This is a really big...
There's up.
Big old... Oh, crap.
Bosco, here.
Triangulation at 50%.
Boom, boom. Right here, Bosco.
Yeah, blow him up. Get him with some cryo missiles. Oh, crap. Oh, crap, oh, crap, oh, crap, oh, crap, oh, crap, oh, crap.
You're jeopardizing the mission. Get
I'm
back
jeopardizing
to
the mission. I'm dying is what's happening. Alright, here we go, Bosco. Come on, we can do this. We can... Oh, yeah, there we
Do
go.
not leave the triangulation zone. We're losing you.
Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Talk about another big explosion.
75%, almost there.
Hot dang. Thank goodness for the cryo missiles. I feel like that really helped out. Yeah, so, random side tangent. I was playing a mission by myself, and those big guys, oh crap, no. I would love to manage mission control, but as you can see, I'm...
You need to stay inside the triangulation zone.
Shut up, I know.
Do not leave the triangulation zone. We're losing you.
Yeah,
Please get back
thanks.
into the triangulation
Shut
zone.
up.
You're completely losing your signal.
Okay,
Stay inside the
so
triangulation
screwed.
zone. Get back in there.
No!
Return to the triangulation zone. We're losing your connection.
I know.
You're jeopardizing the mission. Get back to the triangulation zone. Supplies are on the way.
Okay, but yeah, so I was playing another mission, and those big guys, I don't remember their name off the top of my head, but it was a sand level, so I don't know if maybe it's because of the way it interacts with sand, but it blew up, and it's in wherever explosion radius touched, it turned into gold. So I ended up getting like 700 gold on a single run. Oh, it was awesome. This is definitely bad. Oh my gosh.
You're jeopardizing the mission. Get back
An
to the
oppressor?
triangulation zone.
Oh, this mission
Please
doesn't
get
like
back
me.
into the triangulation zone. You risk completely losing your signal.
Shoot it!
You need to stay inside the triangulation
Ah,
zone.
I can't. Oh, this is... Jeez.
Leave the triangulation zone. We're losing you.
This is
Turn to the triangulation zone. We're
not
losing your
easy.
connection.
Oh my gosh.
You're jeopardizing the mission. Get back to the triangulation zone.
This is
Turn
insane.
to the triangulation zone.
I can't get in there long enough between everything this stupid game is throwing at me.
Leave the triangulation zone. We're losing you. You need to stay inside the triangulation zone.
I'm gonna die.
Get back in there. Please get back into the triangulation zone.
Okay, this is not
Losing your signal.
this is not turning out well in the slightest.
Stay inside the triangulation zone. Get back in there.
Love to, but I can't.
Leave the triangulation zone.
Shut up.
We're losing you.
Can you not see everything that's coming at me? Oh my gosh.
Zone. We're losing
I am
your
so hosed.
Please get back into the triangulation
Yep,
zone.
okay, well,
You risk completely losing
these
your
might be
signal.
characteristics that are successful in life, but they certainly don't help you when you're about to die and get raped
Writing
like
this
an...
one off as a loss. Pleasure working with you. Goodbye.
Yeah, screw you, pal. Screw you. It's been a pleasure working with you. Okay. Jeez, I was only on difficulty 3. Alright, well. There you go. There's the first 4. That was obviously awful and not a whole lot of fun. But thankfully, this is not real life. This is simply a video game. So, let me know what you think about the first 4. You'll have to tune in next time to get the next deets, the last 6. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Tune in next time, guys.